Now to California, where leaders from across the Western Hemisphere are in Los Angeles this morning for the Summit of the Americas. It's the first time the U.S. has hosted the event since 1994, and the focus is expected to be on the regional economy, climate, and migration. But there is some controversy. The Biden administration did not invite the leaders of Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela, resulting in some high-profile snubs that threaten to undermine the summit's goals before it even gets underway. NBC News White House correspondent Carol Lee joins us now to talk about this and more. Good morning, Carol. Let's start with that controversy. This summit is seen as a big test for U.S. influence in the region, and it has not been easy for the White House to get everyone on board. So who is planning to attend and who is not?
That's a great question. And the fact that it's hanging over this summit really tells you everything you need to know about the planning that went into this and all the drama. Look, the White House says that 23 heads of state will ultimately attend the summit. As you mentioned, Sinclair, the Cuba, Nicaragua, they're not attending, and Venezuela. And what the White House is saying is that that's not going to impede the goals that they have for this summit. So they're saying a number of heads of state will attend. Mexico is boycotting, but the president of Mexico is going to come to Washington next month and meet with President Biden at the White House. So they feel like that's kind of offsets whatever downside there may be to that the president of Mexico not attending. But still, it's a pretty significant thing given the closeness of the U.S. and Mexico and the relationship there. And the goals that the administration is trying to achieve with this summit are critical to having countries like Mexico at the table. The foreign minister of Mexico will be there, but not the head of state.
And Carol, we haven't seen this summit since 1994. It's 2022. So walk us through the main goals of the summit now. What does Biden hope to deliver?
Well, there's always an economic component to this summit, but for this one, it's really focused on migration. There's a huge problem at the southern border, and the administration is trying to get ahead of that. They're talking about dealing with the root causes of migration. That's why you've seen Vice President Harris playing a very significant role in this summit. She's already had a number of meetings, and what the administration is saying is that they're trying to achieve this sort of pact among the countries to deal with migration. And their argument is that that will not be affected by those who are not at this summit. Now, that's real. It raises a lot of questions about how that's actually the case. Cuba, for instance, we've seen a number of migrants increase from Cuba. So there are issues that need to be dealt with individuals and countries who are not at the table. The administration, though, says that's not going to hurt this. They expect to have some significant announcements and to get signatories onto this pact, even if not everybody is at the table.
And while you're talking about significant announcements, I want to quickly, while we have you, talk about the fact that Biden is expected to sign 9 bipartisan bills today, focusing on veterans' health. What more can you tell us about those?
Yeah, these are focused on healthcare largely. So increasing the healthcare access for a number of veterans, specifically things like mammograms and breast cancer screening for individuals, veterans who have been exposed potentially to toxic substances. So this is something that is very close to President Biden's heart. He often talks about how his late son, Beau, served overseas and was exposed to burn pits. So this is something I think you can expect the president to add a lot of his personal feelings about when he held this ceremony. And this is something that in a rare moment of bipartisanship in Washington, those 9 bills that the president will sign today.
Bipartisanship. We love to see it. Carol, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.